All right. Welcome back to Moms with Nothing to Talk About.
Yeah.
We're here with your host,
Kayla.
Bree.
And Ashley.
Yeah, you.
So we took a poll on our page.
Yeah.
For some groups and asked some hard topics people want to talk about.
Yeah, there were some good ones.
I'm sorry, we're not going to talk about taking farmland and developing a subdivision.
No.
I don't even know what that means.
But we can talk about some other stuff. Because that one is a little much for me. So I think we all decided we want to talk about birthing. That was like our number one.
Yeah.
Talk about giving birth from an, what'd she call it? Orifice?
An orifice.
Of your body.
True.
Yes, she
Whether
was.
it's a natural one or one they create. An orifice.
She just said an orifice.
Yeah.
Just one.
So, you guys got some good birth stories? You got some advice you want to give about birthing? You got some...
You're gonna poop on the table. And it's okay.
I wonder.
That was
you do?
That was my biggest fear.
That was mine too.
Yeah.
I was not scared about
now it's not
giving birth
on the literal table.
Yeah.
But they are perfectly prepared. You have like a thing underneath you and you just
iPhone storage full.
You can have mine.
Anyways.
I'm just saying that was my biggest fear going into it. Which the funniest thing was, we ate breakfast at Cedars, which if anybody knows what Cedars is.
You ate breakfast before you went? Did you know you were having him?
Yeah, I was getting induced at 8 p.m.
So let's have some Cedars.
So we went to Cedars.
What is Cedars?
It's a greasy diner.
It's
we had like biscuits and gravy.
Worst place to go.
Kind of like a Village Inn and like your mom and pop's place had a baby.
Like they're truck stop waitresses, that kind of place.
Okay, so you're definitely going to poop anyway.
And she was probably the youngest person by a few decades.
Oh, probably. So that's where we went for breakfast.
That's another popular spot.
Because I was going at 8 to be induced.
At 8 p.m.?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he liked to deliver during his work hours. So you got induced at 8 p.m. So hopefully you would give birth during normal business hours.
Before he gets off work.
Yeah. Before he gets called in the middle.
I've got to fit you in my schedule for this.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And then the scariest thing after giving birth, because I had to have stitches, was again pooping because I was terrified.
Everybody says that. Everybody says it hurts to poop afterwards. I don't know if I was like messed up on the medicine that they gave me afterwards, but I don't remember it ever hurting.
Well, okay, so it didn't hurt, but what terrified me was I was going to rip the stitches.
Rip the stitches, yeah.
So it wasn't really that it hurt.
Yeah.
It was just that I didn't want that.
Yeah.
Going back open.
Yeah.
And one of those church doors going back
open.
We're not having any more babies right now.
I'm saying, that was so bad. That was literally my...
I'm trying to remember if pooping was pooping on the table was a scare for me.
Yeah.
But pooping afterwards.
I don't remember it ever hurting.
That's something that I always tell moms. I'm like,
that's what people say too.
It hurt me to pee.
Oh, did it?
It hurt to pee because
So you didn't have a C-section, did you? Oh, I did.
Oh, well, that's why it didn't hurt to poop.
Yeah, that's why it didn't bother you.
Duh.
I probably did because your whole abdomen got cut up. Okay, one other thing that really bothers me is right now people give so much shit to people that are like C-section. Like they didn't actually give birth.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea? Like,
the recovery alone.
Exactly. They cut through your stomach muscles. Like, let's all agree that if you gave birth, regardless of how you gave birth,
if you carried a kid inside your body,
yes.
You are a mom and you are a winner.
Exactly.
Because
but yeah.
You might not be a winner after your birth, but
that was.
You are a winner.
I'll never forget because Jace Ray turns 10 tomorrow. So this is
happy birthday to Jace.
And I turn 36 tomorrow.
I know you do.
Hey, you all have the same birthday?
Yeah, birthday.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
That's why I was saying
that's
Jace
why she was getting all butthurt about the lunch thing. But anywho.
You can share your mom. Hi, Sharon.
Greedy.
I claimed the day first.
There were, you get those, which I later found that my ex had taken pictures during labor and stuff, which I was happy about. But the first
picture
of
what?
Just like me there, not anything. We didn't do like
the whole badge, baby.
Picture.
I did that.
Surprising for
Did you really?
Here's the thing, surprising for me, but no, we didn't.
Here's your poop on the table.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. But the first picture of Jace is. He looks so angry. He was like, I was comfortable in there.
Oh,
I thought it was
and
like
he
the
still
cutest
feels that
ever.
way.
Oh, he does, yeah. But now I look at it and I'm like, ooh.
angry little
Ooh,
elf.
you were not red. I mean, red and.
Yeah, because he just was
Well, I know, but I'm just saying. You look at things in that
exiting the
moment.
orifice.
In that moment, it was the most adorable picture ever. And now I'm like, oh.
I'm scared of you.
I'm so glad you're adorable because.
He is really adorable.
Oh, he is. It's really
Yes.
scary how adorable he is. But
We need to see this photo.
well, my phone's recording, but I'll show it to you. Also, my favorite picture is him like a few days old in like this outfit that I have, and it's. I won't say his last name, but we call it the blank face because
Aww.
every child that is of my ex-husband's family, they all have that like grimace. So we call it the face.
The blank face.
The blank face.
That's his last name. It's Blank.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I was listening
Exactly.
to home. It's Blank. So did I did do photos for mine, both of them, labor and
Yeah.
delivery photos.
Were you scared
And
to
I'm
look at
jealous
them?
of that now.
Really?
Because we didn't know the gender of either girl until they were here.
Oh, that's exciting.
And so I wanted photos of both of our
Mm.
faces and the grandparents'
Aw.
face. Everybody, I wanted everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to
that
rely
makes
on
sense.
Taylor to be doing that.
Yeah.
So we hired someone to do that.
I like
Yes.
that.
It was the first one was very modest. The second one, I mean, I got some photos of me giving birth to Logan, and there's some raunchy photos. But
Were you, did you have an epidural?
yes.
You did?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's like the scene out of Baby Mama. Like, is that guy dead yet?
Yeah.
me up.
I love
I'm
that
done.
movie.
I'm done.
Oh my god.
Did you get induced? Or did you go natural?
So with Bradley, my first,
Uh-huh.
I was in labor for almost 30 hours before they admitted me to the hospital. And they only admitted me because my water broke at a dilation of 0.5.
Oh wow.
So they
Dang.
had to give me.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you call that induced.
Yeah, you did. You
Or
had
what?
to have Pitocin.
Yes.
Yeah. So you had because they say that the contractions and whatnot are worse with Pitocin. Because
Oh.
and I obviously I had I was induced, so I don't know the difference. But my best friend, she had one induced and one not induced, and she said they were completely different experiences.
So
Really?
the Pitocin's considered induced.
Yeah, because
So that's what you had.
I had Cervidil first and then Pitocin. Yeah.
So did you have an epidural already when you got the Pitocin?
No, I went through contractions for a while.
So that's probably what I don't know.
Yeah.
By the time they finally said we're admitting you, I was like,
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I am done. If you
Yeah.
don't take this baby out, I'm gonna pull
Yeah.
it out.
Oh, I bet.
I'm so
For
done.
that much late, yeah, because that's what I say. I didn't have any labor until I went in because I got induced.
Yeah, me too.
Did you have got yeah? Was yours a scheduled C-section?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
so-
think I was supposed to be induced at like 7 p.m. So yeah.
Yeah.
Why was it a scheduled C-section? Did you have
Oh,
complications?
not a scheduled C-section. It was a scheduled induction.
Oh, induction. Yes.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
got turned into
Yeah.
a C-section.
Gotcha.
They had to do like an emergency C-section because
Oh, gosh.
I was dilated to like at 8, I think,
Mhm.
and then he started going back up inside of me.
Oh,
He's like, nope, I'm not doing
Yeah,
this.
yeah. And so when I went to get the C-section, Colin wasn't allowed in the room with
Oh,
me.
no.
And then they also had to put me to sleep because I could still feel everything after they numbed me.
Gosh.
And so I was put to sleep, and I was like, hours later, I was able
Yeah.
to see him. But family got to see pictures of him first.
Oh
and
my
I was so
gosh, I
pissed.
bet
Yeah,
you
I was so
were.
mad.
Because Colin sent the photos?
Yes,
Ugh.
I was so mad.
He
Sir.
owes you a ring, Colin.
He
Sir.
does. I need a ring
And flowers.
for his birthday, Carter's birthday.
Yes. Every day of the
Every
year
day,
would actually be fine.
Yes. But yeah, no, I have a huge scar.
Okay, so you were scheduled induction okay,
Mhm.
no, mine was at the
Gotcha.
mercy of the doctors.
Yeah.
Because my doctor told me I'm going 40 weeks, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
We're not questioning anything. It's
Yeah.
what it is. And
Yeah. And it's just a different because some people don't like. They warned me when I went to my doctor that he liked to induce you, and I was like,
Oh.
I'm perfectly fine with that. That didn't bother me. Some people like for it to happen
Yeah.
naturally.
Yeah.
so that was my doctor.
I'm a, just like on Baby Mama.
Mhm.
He's dead. Hook me up. Like, I'm ready. Give me whatever to make this.
So with Bradley, when they finally admitted me, I'm pretty sure it was Bradley. One of them, when they gave me my epidural, I moved because I was having a contraction.
Oh,
Like I shifted
Oh, during your epidural.
during the epidural.
oh, bad idea.
And so like the next day I had nothing for like 24 hours on
Yeah.
one
Yep.
side of my body.
Mhm.
And I remember getting in that like fancy wheelchair thing you stand up
Mhm.
in and they wheel you to the toilet and back. Did
Mhm.
you get that experience?
I don't think so.
Did you deliver here?
Yeah.
Oh.
At Cox.
Well, honey, but if you can feel your legs afterward, I guess you had an epidural, but
Yeah.
if you can feel your legs, they're gonna let you walk.
But she had a
I
C-section.
know, but they still make them get up and walk.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Oh.
they want you up and moving.
Honestly, though, I feel like every story that I hear from vaginal birth, I feel like it's scarier than my story. Like, I feel like I was up, like, the next day I was fine. Like, and they gave me pain medicine, so I was totally fine.
See,
and everybody talks about how they're worse, and I'm like, I don't think C-sections are worse.
Yeah, it probably depends on the thing, but I didn't
Yeah.
get the meds
I think
afterwards.
a C-section.
Oh, really?
I don't
Oh, yeah,
think
they
so.
gave me, like, actual pain medicine.
Yeah, I don't think I had pain.
Oh,
meds.
so I guess it was
We
just
just had to
C-section.
get those. You had to get the pads and put stuff on them and cool them in the.
Mine came like
Freezer.
that. The pucks. Mine was a circle puck called it's a hemorrhoid pad, and it's
Oh,
it's
like
kind
a
of like
Tux
those
pad?
yes,
Touch
Uh-huh.
pad, yeah.
that's what they gave me, and it's like a cooling
Oh,
sensation.
Maybe I did.
And they-
Maybe I did have.
They
those.
line that pad that goes from your belly button to your butt crack.
Yes.
Oh,
my gosh,
wow.
those underwear. Did you get the underwear?
No, because I refused to wear it.
Those were the most. I took those home and I washed them
I'm
because
keeping these.
yes, they
You
were
washed
so. Yeah, they
No,
were
she doesn't leave them
side
dirty.
ones?
like you hand wash it. Those bitches were.
What is it, like a
comfortable whenever
diaper?
You got stitches all over
True.
your hoo-ha.
Mm-hmm.
Those things
No,
are
my mom
magic.
took me shopping because she said at one point in my pregnancy, she told me, you cannot continue to wear a thong. So she took me to get
You're a
full
mother
butt
now.
coverage.
We
They
were
came up to here,
we were
underwear.
two different people.
We were.
were
I'm
two
telling you, they
different
pulled out those
people.
granny panties. I was like, no.
I brought some of my
I
own.
brought my own granny panties.
Now I didn't wear
Our
granny panties,
machine washable.
but I wore hipsters back then, not now. But because now sometimes at the gym when I go to pull up my workout shorts,
Uh-huh.
sometimes I pull up my underwear instead of my pants.
Give myself the biggest one.
I'm like, oh wait, oh sorry guys, sorry, everyone.
It's not a camel toe, it's a moose knuckle.
Yeah, I mean exactly. My underwear hanging off the top. I mean, I don't know how lucky. Kyle's a lucky man. I told him that this morning. I mean, lucky.
I hope he realizes that.
He does actually.
He needs to
He told me I was
understand.
perfect this morning. I'm like, oh sweetheart.
Have you seen me at the gym with my underwear over my shorts?
Yeah, he won't go to the gym. So,
I'm with you, Kyle.
And then
but anyway,
with Logan, so Bradley, I went into labor on Taylor's birthday.
Mhm.
The whole pregnancy, he was hoping the baby would be born on his birthday. And when
Oh.
the contractions started, I was like, yeah. Because that would have put her at 9 days early. And I
oh
was
gotcha.
like, no.
Yeah.
And then I finally told him what was happening at like 6 p.m. And he's like, it's happening. And I was like, no, it's not happening. We still got
It's happening.
We got 6 hours till the day ends.
6
and I
hours.
don't think the baby's gonna be here by then. Didn't know it was gonna be another, 30 hours.
Oh.
But with Logan, I went into labor on his dad's birthday.
Oh my god.
Weird.
I started having contractions that day, and I didn't tell anyone because we were supposed to celebrate his dad. And I was like, I'm not telling you guys, like, hey, there might be a baby
I
coming.
just keep it inside me until the party's over.
Cross them legs.
Yeah, sorry guys. And
Flinch.
so then the next day, I went. Taylor went to work. I stayed home with Bradley, obviously. And he and my mom both texted me. And my mom was like, I'm getting ready to go on a very important conference call. Do you need me? And I was like, no, I'm fine. Go ahead. And Taylor said, I'm getting ready to get new wheels and tires on my truck. Are you good?
Oh gosh.
I was like, I'm good. Go for it.
No.
Literally 30 minutes later, full
Of
blown
course.
labor. And I call and he's like, you told me I'm fine. My truck's on a lift with no wheels and tires. I have no way to get to
I
you.
cannot drive.
Yes. So then I called my mom and she's like, you told me you're fine. I'm in this conference call. I can't leave the conference call. And I was like, you guys want me to drive myself? She's like, I don't know what to do.
With my other baby?
Yes. So I call my brother and my brother drives me and her to the hospital.
That's hilarious.
And Taylor comes hauling
Aw.
ass in with his mowing trailer and his truck in the parking lot. And thank God my brother met us because my mom was like, I'll drive the truck and trailer home because little known fact about Tina, she has a CDL. She can drive an
Tina.
She can drive an 18-wheeler.
Damn, girl.
She used to. I don't know if she still could if she wanted to. She's like, I can drive his truck and trailer. I'm like, it's been a while, Mom. I don't think we need
Mom.
that. So my brother luckily swapped
Gotcha.
out and took the truck and trailer home.
Hilarious.
And she didn't come for like another, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours. My children like to
Funny
hang
after all
out.
that.
Yes. Because they told me, because I was getting in the bath to get relief,
Mm-hmm.
and they told me that if I got the water temperature just right, that I kicked my body into deliver, or like into
No
full.
way.
How
That's what they
interesting.
told me. Because I was like, I was in the bathtub, and she said the water temperature sent you into full blown
Crazy.
delivery, and I was like,
The
That's
human body
crazy.
Is like the craziest thing. It
That's
just
what-
so is. It's
I was
so
like-
fascinating.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was like, oh, so the bath. Also with Bradley, because my water broke, I got in the bathtub to clean up before,
Mhm.
and apparently you're not allowed to do that
No,
because
because your plug's gone, dude. You don't want to introduce stuff into that.
Oh my
area.
god, I didn't even think about that. Oh,
I wanted to be clean. That was gross. I
I
had
feel that.
fluids all over me. I'm
You're
not wearing
gonna have fluids all over you.
I'm not wearing mesh panties. You think I'm gonna let?
Oh, those were the best.
Well, then Taylor drove me to the hospital with fluids
yeah, of course.
everywhere, and he got me a new car as my. It wasn't a push
Oh.
gift,
But yeah,
but at the
Oh my
same time,
god.
and I said, "What about the Escalade?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "The front seat is covered in." Sorry if you own my Escalade now. Covered in amniotic fluid, and he's like, "Not my
Weird.
problem."
say it's fine.
And I was like, "Ew, it has heated and cooled seats."
I'll be cooking my amniotic fluid.
Sorry if you have
Oh,
a
man.
black
That's
Escalade.
rough.
Got a little surprise first time you turn on your heated
Funny.
seats. Because she was born in the winter, so I'm sure they were.
Oh, they were definitely on. They were
Yes.
cooking.
Oh,
They were cooking.
man. Mm,
Yes, so
mm,
there you go. That's my children's first story.
mm.
And then afterwards, I just kept thinking it was going to burn to pee. And it did burn.
we got Did you get stitches?
Like Kevin
Of
said.
course. I mean,
I remember I told one of my friends, I said, my biggest piece of advice is to lean as far forward without falling off the toilet and the pee won't get on
oh
you.
yeah, so it does.
Yeah.
That's true.
She was like, are you serious? I'm like, just lean as far. So you're going to fall off. And then
I
you
think
stop.
people are really scared of like epidurals, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think it was as bad as
Oh,
people
no.
make it out to be either.
After having that pain of contraction,
Well,
Yes.
30
exactly.
hours, I
Or
was
worth
like,
the needle. Yeah.
Well, that's the anesthesiologist came in. It was like 3 a.m. and you're supposed to watch a video or something.
What?
I
You're
didn't
supposed
have to watch a video.
I didn't either. I
Oh,
was
okay.
like, I'm like,
A video about what?
I don't know. I thought
Risks?
something. Yeah, I might just put the fucking needle in my back.
Did you
Yeah.
deliver?
Chris left. I
Did
was
you
like,
deliver where you work? The
Do
place
what?
you work? Did
No,
you?
I was at the other one because his
'Cause it-
insurance was through the other one.
Okay, so at your
Thank-
employer
yeah.
that where I delivered,
Yes.
then no, there was no video. There was a, do you want it now? Or you want me to go help her and then maybe you're too far gone? And I was like, let's go.
Well,
Yeah.
I did.
I can
There
do
was
this right
a
now.
girl.
Stick
There
with
was a girl at an 8, and I did let her go first
Oh, look at you
because
being
I
so
was
kind.
only at like a 3.
Aw.
I was
I was
like,
at a half.
so I was like, yeah, she can have it first. But then, no pee break, sir. You here? And I
Yeah.
had the needle in my back.
I think it was with Logan. The anesthesiologist said, like, we got to go wake them. I'm like, wake them up. I understand they're working overnight and they got to rest, but
Yeah.
I don't want someone half asleep.
Seriously,
Oh,
though.
no, trust me though, because I've taken call and you're asleep, but you're
But you like wake right up.
that adrenaline.
Yeah.
You're going. You're ready.
Because we
to
have
go.
a friend that's an anesthesiologist, but not in maternity, I don't think. I
Yeah.
think she does it like
Well, I think
in
they-
general
Mhm.
surgery.
and a lot of times they do it all.
Well, she's in a really big city.
Oh, well, that could be different.
So she's in
But I'm
Dallas,
just telling you, when
so-
you're on call, like you're pretty much just like always on edge, like ready to go.
Yeah.
So when you get that call, you're up and going.
When I had Logan, the doctor had to come in from grocery shopping. She just put on that
Yeah.
gauze down over her scrub, her
Yeah,
gym
she
clothes,
did.
and was like, "I was just at Walmart." I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, "Sorry, it took me so long." I'm like,
Oh my god.
"Where are
Did
your
you get me
groceries
anything?
at?
Where are your
Are your
groceries?
milk getting hot? What's happening right now?"
She's like, let's not
We,
worry about that right now.
We do have fridges in the hospital. I mean,
Do you think she
there's
brought 'em
break
in?
Rooms, probably.
I should have asked her.
Probably.
Oh,
mean,
but I was also more like, "Let's
well, yeah, same. That's
have
what
this
'cause
baby."
there were so many people in my delivery room because we had like a scare with Jace, and then he so there was no room for a scale. The NICU team was in there. The doctors were like, there were so many people, and you would think that
Was
would be
he
embarrassing.
early?
He swallowed meconium. Like he
What's
had
meconium?
been so. Basically, they have like a bowel movement.
Let's give all the.
So
Uh-huh.
as they come out, like they have an actual bowel movement, that like black tar.
So
and stuff,
maybe
and
that's
he-
what the poop is on the delivery table.
No,
It's just a baby.
sure.
That's what I would tell myself.
But yeah, so he had swallowed that, and so they didn't know if they would have to like take him in because that can get in their lungs,
Mhm.
and they have to like intubate. So, which he didn't. but
He's been a turkey ever since.
oh,
He's been a turd ever since.
ever since.
Turd eater. I'm gonna call him
I
that. Turd
mean-
eater. Happy birthday, turd eater.
I love it. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, so I mean, it's one of those things that once you're giving birth, you don't care.
You don't care about anything.
I also, little known fact about me, I did not cuss until my divorce. Like after that, I started cussing. I don't know, something broke in my head.
No way.
Yeah, like at all. Like raised Southern Baptist.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh no. But I cussed in that delivery room. And my ex-husband was like, I knew things were getting serious when you said the F word.
Listen here, mister. I got an F word for you. I'm pushing this kid out
Your kid.
Exactly.
with
Exactly.
your big head.
Yeah.
Come out.
He looks just like
My
damn
little
it.
orifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a new word for everything. You little orifice.
What even is is it like a hole?
It's a hole. Yes,
Okay,
it
that's what I
is.
thought.
So see?
Yeah.
Going on with Michelle. That's terrifying. Was he rushed out?
No,
Like-
they did it in there. Like they
Oh.
they
They did it in
checked
the
it
room.
in the room.
Oh, okay.
But that's why there was no room, because there was all the people there to assess him to
Mhm.
see if he needed to go.
Stealing
He
the
didn't.
show from the moment he came out.
And then
he
I
was
just remember
destined to be an
I
only
just remember
child.
he was over there and they were stitching me up, and me and the doctor and the nurse were talking about Girl Scout cookies while they were getting the placenta.
Oh, it
and
is
stuff
Girl
out.
Scout time.
Yeah,
That would
so they were
make
talking about Girl Scout cookies.
They're
And
they're right outside.
Yeah, and then they brought him to me, and he literally shit all over me. So they had to instantly take him back and bring him back to me.
What about me? Can
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
clean me up?
Wow, that's disgusting.
They also,
Thank you.
I know, they also took him. So we got him circumcised, and they took him. They were going to do it in the morning, but for some reason the doctor took him in the evening, and they never gave him Tylenol. Like, they gave him no pain meds overnight. That child screamed for the next full day because he
Obviously.
hurt. And it wasn't until the next shift of nurses that someone gave him ibuprofen or whatever they give babies.
See, I didn't even know that they did that when they gave
Yeah,
circumcisions because, you just think they're just
Yeah.
too new,
but yeah,
right?
Let's just
I mean,
do whatever we. I have girls,
Yeah.
so I don't know what you're doing, but
you know what a circumcision is.
I know what it is,
Yeah.
but I don't know how it's done.
Oh, I do. But anyway, we won't go into that.
That's another
It
topic.
looks
for another
barbaric. It
episode.
looks horrible.
Oh, I'm sure.
I
Yeah.
will tell you, I used to work in a daycare, and I was changing a diaper in the ones class, and I opened the diaper and I closed it real fast, and I was like, "Oh my!" And the lady working with me, she's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I'm not sure."
There's a penis.
And she's like, "What do you mean you're not sure?" I'm like, "Have you seen him?" She's like, "Yeah, I've seen him." I was like, "No, like when you're changing a diaper?" And she's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, he's uncircumcised." Never seen one before in my life till that day. Never want to see one again.
Huh.
Have you ever seen one?
Yes, but not a baby one.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was my first thought. I didn't see when I was like 37, but
37! In case you guys want to know, the anniversary, 37. Still never seen one, and I'm okay never.
I mean, I guess I technically did because he didn't get fixed right, or he
Right.
didn't get circumcised right out, but I don't remember that
Me either.
at
Mm-mm.
all.
Oh, sorry.
Carter.
Girl mom over here, we don't do that.
Yeah,
We don't
you
do-
just,
Lucky.
you just have to make sure you don't get poop in anything. 'Cause
Yes.
I remember when Kate was born, I
Yes.
was always terrified to clean her up. That's my niece.
Yes, I did.
After hers, because
Yeah.
I didn't want to give her a UTI.
Yes.
Yes.
I had to tell Taylor, you wipe from the front to
Yes,
the back. And
yes.
It's like, I don't understand why. And I was like, well, because you don't have
Yeah.
A vagina.
multiple things going on
Yeah.
down there.
There's 3 holes. You gotta keep that to the back one.
Well, Bradley was asking me about that the other day, and I had to tell her that she's got 3 holes down there. And that was
Yeah.
a whole nother conversation. Taylor's like, we're done.
I'm glad that you told her though, because
Stop.
you would be amazed at the amount of grown women that do not know they have
Yes.
3 holes.
Yes. That one
Oh,
stopped.
mine died.
And
No,
now
it's just the Kayla show. What do you know? It's just
It's
me.
the Kayla show.
Yeah.
that's where Jace gets it.
Yeah. I mean, he's an only child of an only child. Yeah. So I mean, and my stepdad didn't have kids either.
Really?
I have my dad had a son who's
Uh-huh.
12 years younger than me, but I didn't live with my dad, and
Yeah.
so we're closer now, but I didn't grow up with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
So
And
yes,
Jace
an
is
only child of an only child.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I-
and a very because I know I talk about Helen and laugh, but like a very protective, doting mother. So like I was laugh because I was the light of her life. I was this is my daughter. She does this and that until Jace was born. Then
everything went to him.
Now it's him.
Yep, that's how my mom is too.
But I saw something the other day that says they don't love your grandchild more than you. They just see a mini version of you. And
That's cute.
No, she loves him more than me, but that's okay.
100%.
Helen, could you please confirm or deny this?
I told Helen she can't listen to this podcast.
Tom, can you please?
Tom does not need to listen to this podcast. Do you not remember what I talked about last time? After you posted the last one, I was like, Helen cannot listen to this because I was talking about the guy that wanted to hog tie me. And I cannot, it didn't happen, but I do not need Helen or Tom. No. No.
I don't know.
Funny thing, I don't hear from him, okay? My dad texts me, I heard you're doing a podcast.
Are you kidding me? Oh my
Does he live
gosh!
here or back home?
Back home in North Carolina.
Oh
and I was like,
Are you friends with him on Facebook?
yes.
Oh, okay. So
That's
you don't
hilarious.
talk to him and he randomly texts you out of the blue?
Yes. And he also wanted to send my brother money, who's in prison, so.
Hey, Bree's dad. Shout out to you. I don't know your
Maybe
name.
not.
Because of you, I have daddy issues.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if we need to shout out.
I was trying to find my bra strap. You!
Something tells me that this is not. No.
What about you? Do you have a good birth story about your birth? Or do you know your birth story?
I do know my birth story, and it was
You do?
just yeah.
Do
Do
know
you?
it? Yeah.
I don't.
You
No.
never talked to your mom about your birth?
Yeah, but like I always forget.
Wasn't that exciting?
Mine
No.
was just quick. My mom said that she went into labor and she had me within like a couple hours. She'd have up.
Dang.
Or maybe no, not even a couple hours. Maybe she went into labor. She said by the time we got to the hospital, it was like 30 minutes. So she didn't have time for.
Helen, you're a badass.
I know, right? I know. Helen's a little thing.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And I was 8 pounds 9 ounces, so I was not a little baby.
Poor Helen.
Chase was 9'4".
R.I.P. Helen's.
9'4". Oh.
My
I
brother
never-
was 10'3".
Really?
Oh.
25 inches long.
25, Jay. Oh my
You're a
gosh.
big ass baby.
Yeah, he was.
And he's not a big person now.
Right.
I mean,
that's
really?
He's like 6 foot.
Right.
And
That's
built like
crazy.
me.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that's really crazy.
Yeah, I'll never forget one of the last OB appointments that I went to. I saw the nurse practitioner, and she told me I had a wide pelvic canal, so I was going to be real good at giving birth. And I
Perfect
was
for
like,
birthing.
I don't know how to take that.
You should have been like Mormon, or who is it that has a lot of kids?
Why?
Is it Mormons?
Just because I have a
you could-
wide pelvic doesn't mean I want to do it again.
You could just keep popping out left and right. They
It
could
was
just
so funny.
walk
We
out.
went, my ex-sister-in-law, my niece, we went to dinner the other night, and one of my coworkers is pregnant, so we were having a baby shower for her, and I was talking about making cinnamon rolls for my sourdough.
Shout out to sourdough.
Had to get that in there.
If you want to sponsor a sourdough.
In general, sourdough.
Exactly. And I was talking about a baby shower, and my niece was like, "Oh, you're not pregnant, are you?" And I go, "Oh, honey, I don't have those parts." Which I just don't have my tubes. But I'm like, no,
I'm
no.
transitioning.
Aunt KK got fixed. She don't want no more kids. That's not happening.
One and done. Same here.
Yes.
Really?
For sure.
Yeah, I got tired of birth control, so I was like, I'm just gonna have surgery.
See, I need to get surgery because I definitely don't want to
Make him do it.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Make him do
I
it.
didn't
Yeah,
have a him.
I
I
should.
was on my own, so
Yeah.
it's just kind of up to me.
I'm glad you were taking control of your ovaries. and your
Exactly.
uterus.
Good for you.
Exactly.
Empowerment.
I mean, if we really want to get into that topic,
No, we can do that another day.
I know we're gonna have to, but I'm just saying, a lot of my friends are not gonna agree with me. But anyway, let's get back to the story.
My mom went into labor with me,
Mhm.
and she had to go defend her thesis. So she decided not to tell anyone. And
What?
she was in labor defending her thesis
Oh my
in college.
gosh!
And my papa knew that I was coming at any time because my dad was working. So
Yeah.
he went out to where I was born, stayed with my parents for a couple days, so in case anything happened,
Yeah.
because my grandma was already gone.
Yeah.
And she said that she walked out, she went to the bathroom, and there was blood. And so she came out and she told, and I quote, "Tina, I think I killed the baby." Because there was blood And so
Oh,
they rushed her.
I just wanted to defend my thesis really quick.
Real quick.
Is that important
And then
to
I'll
you?
get burned. It'll be okay.
Your firstborn or your
She's a
thesis?
badass. She can drive
Seriously.
a semi.
Yeah, CDL. Like, come on.
Damn, woman.
I mean, I'm sure it's expired, long
I don't
expired.
care.
She could at one point in her life, because in college she was a pioneer of the industry she's in,
Mhm.
and so part of the grunt work was she had to go
Yeah.
out in the oil fields and drive the tankers.
Oh, wow.
So she would drive the that's actually how her and my dad
Oh,
met. My dad was
awesome.
in the oil fields, and my mom would go drive the tankers.
How romantic.
That's so cool.
The oil
Oil
fields
filled love story.
I love it.
in the
But that's
fields
awesome.
of Oklahoma.
I'm just saying, girls, this is what you be a pioneer in your field. Go out there, fucking drive that.
Yeah,
that oil
drive that
rig.
truck.
Yes,
Do it.
that's what I was when
I
I,
was like,
found that out. I was like, "What, Mom?"
I graduated with my bachelor's. when
Sometimes you
Jace
scare
was,
me in your Tahoe.
3 weeks old, I think.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I had gotten it.
Wow.
Well, no, I would have been done in
It would have been 2.5 or so, like.
months, not weeks. Sorry, but yeah, whenever
Yeah,
he
you're
was.
close to.
Mhm.
That's crazy though.
So,
Now I was-
so were you doing finals with a newborn?
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you plan that accordingly?
No, I didn't plan it accordingly.
Damn.
Obviously
Here I am.
not.
Here I am telling Taylor, we're not having a. You have 2 months to get me pregnant, or we're done till next year. And here you are, like free willy nilly. Let's just have a baby while we're doing our. I was doing that selfishly because I didn't want him to be working in the
No, that
busy
makes sense,
season
though.
Uh-huh.
with a newborn.
Yep.
And then we had Logan, and both my mom and his mom had that second term for infertility or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Mhm.
So I was like, we should probably start early.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have that problem.
Yeah. First murder.
So Logan was born at the mowing combined with leaf combined with Christmas lights getting ready to
Oh
start
my
season.
gosh.
Oh.
Oh,
So she was
goodness.
born at it rained for 2 days straight that day that she was born. Thank the Lord, or I probably would have been in the hospital by
Yeah.
myself. But yes, here you guys are like, whatever, let's just have a baby whenever. And I wanted to keep it in the calendar year so that my deductible
Oh,
was.
okay.
That's smart.
See, my
Taylor was
ex-husband
very annoyed with our pregnancies.
works for the state, so he had amazing insurance at that point. So I mean, Jace Ray was cheap.
So it didn't matter if he was born
Uh-uh.
this year, next year.
But
Yeah.
see, it took us a few months to get pregnant. So, I don't.
I was like, that is
I'm like,
so
what
loud.
happening?
Taylor just told someone all we can afford is the McDonald's dollar menu.
Oh. Well, you got something off the taco not dollar menu. Suck on that, Taylor.
Well, we're going to dinner tonight with one of our friends.
Oh,
and-
gosh. That's hilarious.
Okay.
If you go to FD's, you might run into me and Helen.
Helen. Hey, Helen, I heard about your birth with Michaela. You are a champ. Coach me,
Heck yeah.
because I was not a champ. Not that I'm ever doing it again, but I'm done.
Were you happy
Sure
that you
about
had 2 girls?
Well, I mean, it's a permanent decision. I would have to find another
Oh,
sperm.
okay.
I'd have to find a
Oh, I
sperm
forgot
donor.
about that. I forgot about that.
Sorry, Taylor. I'd have to find another piece of the puzzle. I always wanted to be a boy mom.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I was adamant that I was going to be a boy mom
Mhm.
come hell or high water. I actually never wanted to be a biological mom.
You wanted to adopt.
I always wanted to adopt.
Mhm.
And Taylor said, give me one, and then we can adopt the rest.
Yeah.
Because we were going to have 3. I was like, deal. I can do that. And then we had one. He wanted a girl the whole pregnancy.
Mhm.
And I was like, boy, you haven't lived the past 30 years of my life. You don't want a girl.
This is hell.
If she's anything like me, you do not want a daughter.
Felt that.
And now we have 2 of them. And so Bradley was like 4 months old, and I was rocking, and I was like, I want another one. And Taylor's like, are these your hormones? I was like, no, I really want another one. So we waited till she was a year old, and we started trying for Logan. We
Really?
got pregnant right away.
No
That's why
way.
they're only 22 months apart.
That's
Wow.
hilarious. Isn't that Irish twins? Is that what that's called?
No, that's 12. I think that's,
Oh, like right after.
yeah,
That's
I think
true.
that's a calendar year.
See, and I wanted to be a girl mom. And I knew.
What'd you want?
I wanted a boy. I knew as
Oh.
soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was a boy.
See, I knew.
Yeah.
Because I wanted a girl. And so since
Oh.
I do what I do, I knew earlier. But
You were cheating?
of course I was cheating.
You can do that?
I mean, under the radar.
Oh, I don't know, buddy.
But
She was like, oh, next client. Oh, it's me. What do you know?
I just need to know what's going on.
But
I haven't checked this baby in 30 minutes. I need to check again.
So my friend, they wouldn't let me scan myself. My coworkers wouldn't.
Obviously.
But my coworker, she knew at like 9 weeks, and you're not gonna know that it's a girl at 9 weeks. So I knew it was a boy.
Oh,
Jace is
yeah.
endowed.
And
That's what you're saying.
I'm just telling you,
9 weeks, like 9 weeks, aren't they like still like a little like peanut?
Yeah, they're
Or like a
they're
bean,
gummy
yeah.
bearish.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And you can see a penis in there?
I mean, yeah,
Wow.
not always. It just kind of depends.
Right.
It depends on how they're laying. where
Depends
they're
on how
laying.
well endowed they are.
I just, you know. So, because we had a gender reveal party.
Oh, you're one
See,
of
my
those
ex-husband
people.
got really angry because we had a gender reveal party, and then I had a family baby shower and 2 friend baby showers.
Jesus.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, holy crap!
I'm with your ex-husband on this one.
No.
That's
a
another
lot of
ex-husband. No,
parties.
he said no.
And was he present for all 4?
No.
Oh, so what
Oh,
does he
okay.
care?
Anyway,
Yeah.
See, we had just one because
yeah.
we didn't know the genders.
Oh yeah.
So we just had one
Yeah.
baby shower, and I
Mhm.
made him be present. So then it turned into anybody who wanted to come could come.
Oh
so it
yeah.
was guys, girls, like all the
Yeah.
things party.
Oh, I had a work one too.
Oh my God.
5 parties?
Maybe it was just 4. Maybe I only had one.
4 is still a lot.
No, I think
I just had
I had
4.
4. Yeah.
How many did you have?
2. Well, I had a baby shower here, and then I had a
Oh.
baby shower back
That
home.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I had 1.
Mhm.
I was neglected.
One per each, though, right?
No, I only had. I didn't do one for. We didn't tell very many people with our second.
Oh.
Really?
Like it was never posted on social media that
Ah.
she was going to be a big sister.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
It was like we told, our parents obviously, and then whoever found out just by seeing and knowing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't tell it. Like I didn't go out of my way to be like, oh my god, I'm having number 2.
Yeah.
Because we try to keep it a secret as long as possible. And obviously, you can only hide that for so
Yeah.
long.
I think that's really fun, though.
And so, and then we didn't find out like the whole thing. Logan was a whole big secret.
Hmm.
That's fun.
So
I'm too much of a control freak for that, but that's fun.
I liked it because my mother-in-law, shout out to Cheryl,
Hmm.
loves to shop, and
Ah.
it kept her at bay because she couldn't
Ah.
overwhelm me with
Gotcha.
pink throwing up or blue throwing up in
Gotcha.
my house. And I wanted a boy so bad, and he wanted a girl so bad that I was like, I don't want either one of us to be disappointed.
Oh,
yeah.
So we just.
Because in that moment, you're going to be happy whether it's a boy or a girl.
Well, see, when Bradley was born, the nurse said, do you want me to tell you what the baby is? Do you want to see it for yourself? How do you want to find out what this baby
Yeah.
is? And I
Yeah.
said, can you whisper it? Because I'm afraid the grandmas are on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because when we were walking our laps, there were grandmas on the other side of the
Oh,
door.
yeah,
so
for
I
sure.
was like, can you just like whisper it so we
Yeah.
can tell them?
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. And then they pulled her out, and Taylor goes, it's a girl! And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he goes, it's a girl. It's a little girl.
Oh,
And I was like,
Taylor.
That's
you
really
sure?
cute.
Like, he doesn't know what a boy would look like. And I was like, are you sure? Like, how? Because he has a brother.
Hmm.
His dad is one of 4 boys.
Wow.
Oh.
Like, it's a long line of men.
It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy that he wanted a girl then.
Yeah.
That's surprising. I mean, I love it, but that just surprises me.
Because I don't know if it's because he has a nephew that's 5 months older than Bradley. So, like,
Oh,
Mhm.
maybe so.
there was already a boy
Yeah.
there. So, if he
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
girl, maybe. I don't know. He just really wanted a little girl.
That's so
Now he
sweet,
is.
though.
And he told me that's why we're done, because he doesn't want to risk having a 3rd girl.
I mean, I understand.
And
That's
if you
what-
met my 2, you would understand that.
They're amazing. But that's one reason there's multiple reasons, but one reason was I knew I would just have boys. Like, there's just something that tells me.
Could
My-
you imagine 2 Jaces in your house?
No. My dad's side of the family, I have 5 or 6 cousins. Everyone, all of them have multiple children,
Mhm.
and they're all boys. Finally, my youngest cousin had a girl. I mean, there
So
are
how
like,
many is that?
I would have to count, and I don't want to be dead air. But there it
A
was
lot?
just a lot. I mean,
Really?
considering it's that whole side of the family is all
Yeah.
boys, and then they finally
But
had one
where
girl.
does your ex come from? A line of?
He has
He has
a
a
brother.
brother.
Hmm. And
And
then
then-
he had his. So his dad, he had a mixture.
Oh,
He had boys and girls.
okay.
Mhm.
So, but yeah. And then my mom's side, it was a mixture.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then do you only have the brother, or do you
I
have
just have a brother.
Yeah.
Now, how many siblings do you have?
3, 4? 4, no.
Let me
4,
count.
4, and then like half brothers,
Gotcha.
step
That makes
brothers.
sense.
So 4. So there's 5 of you from your mom and your dad. Total.
Actually, no. So I only have 2 full siblings.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
2 half siblings.
Gotcha.
And then step siblings
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah.
We have a big
I say I
family.
Yeah.
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 I have 2 one of them is passed now, but I have 2 step brothers.
I didn't know there was another one.
The step brothers?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
step.
Step, not half.
Sorry, I was
Mhm.
thinking
Yeah, there's just the
Okay.
Michael's the only half brother.
from your dad's mom or
my,
wife.
My stepmom had 2 boys.
Okay.
So
So see, it's just like everyone's like, well, look at the lineup, and I was like,
And it
if I look
doesn't
at the
really
lineup,
matter.
We're gonna have a boy.
Really? Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
we-
yeah. It's crazy.
And then
Because the dad's
Here
who
we are.
decides the gender.
I know I told him, I said, if you want a little girl, you're gonna have to pray to high heaven. 'cause You're the one
Your
picking.
DNA that
You're
fixes
the one
it, that's-
picking.
Not me. I don't have any
Yeah.
say in it. I just harvest the thing.
Just harvest the thing.
Put
Literally,
it in
though.
my
I just
greenhouse.
grow
and
it.
And then pop it out of my orifice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Open the greenhouse doors, and here it comes.
Leave those church doors wide open.
I don't like saying it grew in a church.
Well, that's how.
That's
There's a show called The League, and
Never
that's
seen
how they describe.
I don't think
it.
I've ever heard that.
It's hilarious. It's about a fantasy football league, but
Oh, God.
why are they
it's-
talking about blowing the
Yeah.
church?
because it's not like that's like the premise. That's how they're all connected, but it's like all of their lives.
So if
It's a
anyone gets
hilarious
anything
show.
from this episode, you have an orifice,
Yeah,
and you're
orifices, but
blowing
yes.
the church doors wide open.
Yep.
I mean, if
I've
you
never
unless you
heard
have
of
a
that.
C-section, then I guess
Mhm.
it's your belly that gets.
Yeah, I don't know what you could compare your belly
I
to.
don't know.
Blowing the buffet wide open. I don't know.
I'm trying to do my eyes.
I got
I
nothing.
was ready for a buffet after that. I mean, dang.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought the hospital food was really decent.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
And you could call because like my ex could get food too. I could call and order as many things
They
as I
never
wanted.
told me that, but I ordered like you
Yeah.
know a burger and pizza. They
Yeah.
probably thought I
Oh.
was just a
But yeah,
breastfeeding hoss, which I didn't breastfeed at all.
I
So
didn't either.
I
tried,
hated
but-
breastfeeding.
did
Yes.
you do it?
I did it for like maybe a month, and
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like, I'm trying to just do
Yeah.
formula,
Yeah.
and Dad's like, no, like Carter's dad, he's like,
So-
just give it a little bit, try breastfeeding. I'm like, we're going to
Yeah.
formula, okay?
Well, see, they push that a lot in the hospital. They push
And it
breastfeeding.
pushes you away from it.
Well, I had breast reduction surgery. And
Oh,
so there's a possibility in that your milk ducts
Yeah.
have been cut and you don't know.
Yeah.
So luckily they just gave me formula. Like,
Oh,
I-
wow.
You didn't even try.
No, I tried.
Oh, you
and
did
he
try.
did some.
hmm
But they gave me that option straight out, and so
See, I feel like people always talk about the bonding, and I never felt that. I
No,
never
no.
felt that from
I feel like
breastfeeding.
a lot
I felt
of
like it
people
was just
feel
a burden.
Hatred,
Yes,
not hatred,
but like
disgust
it's a
or,
burden.
like, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I
And-
absolutely hated it. And then,
Yeah,
of
it
course,
wasn't-
I was young, so I felt awkward when I was breastfeeding. Like, I'd have to walk into the other room, or
Right.
like I felt like I was a burden on other people if
Yeah.
I'm trying to breastfeed. And so it was just much
You weren't
easier.
just in Walmart line whipping it out for everybody.
No, I wish I could have done that. I wish I
Because-
felt
But
secure
here's
enough.
the thing. I like. While there are times that I'm like, really,
Yeah,
but I'm like, I am glad that it is becoming more open because seriously,
yeah.
if you gotta feed that baby, feed the baby.
And if the
People-
baby's crying, dang.
people can look away.
Yeah, for
Men
sure.
are pigs and disgusting.
Yes,
Sorry.
and if they
You
look at
can-
it
I'm
But
sorry.
sexually,
when my 4 and 6-year-old are like, "What is happening?" and I'm like,
And I'm just saying, I realize that there's lines. I
"You
understand
guys don't
that.
know what's
But I'm
happening."
just
But
saying, it's the mere fact that until a few years ago, like, moms would have to go in, like, the bathroom
Yes.
at Walmart. Like,
Yes.
come on, you don't need to
That's
be in a
disgusting.
toilet
And I really
stall. You
think-
know what I mean?
yeah, a lot of the time it's just because men want to look. You know,
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like in your instance, like you don't want to explain to your kids what's going on.
And I mean, but, go sit on the bench and cover. Like,
Right.
be in the restaurant. Cover up. It's
Right.
that's
no
what I'm saying.
big
The cover
deal.
up
Yeah.
doesn't bother me. But like, I
Yes.
was in Walmart and like, I saw
Right.
more boob than I've ever seen on someone else in my life, and I was
Right.
like,
But I'm just saying, I realize there's lines, but I am glad that it is
Yes.
becoming more socially acceptable because it should be.
Yeah.
The baby's got to eat, and if that's
Right.
how you choose to feed the baby,
Yeah.
then that's-
I didn't breastfeed,
I didn't either.
and I refused from the beginning. Like,
Did you really?
yes, our very first, I told Taylor, I said, I'm not breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being in 6th grade and them telling us that this is how you feed your baby. And I was like, absolutely not.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah.
So
And
then at our first appointment, the nurse was trying to convince me to breastfeed, like the intake nurse. Did you have an intake nurse? Like your very, very first maternity or
I don't remember.
there's like the one where they sit down and they ask you all kinds of random questions.
Yeah.
And then you go see the doctor and their nurse. I had
Yeah.
like an intake nurse.
Mm-mm.
Wait, are you talking about after you have the baby?
No, before you
Oh,
even
no.
have had a confirmation of
No.
pregnancy.
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, maybe.
You went to a fancy hospital.
Yeah. They knew
Bougie.
you had money.
Bougie hospital. Here come Taylor and I. So the nurse was like, "You have to breastfeed." I was like, "I don't have to do anything."
Right.
You're not going to tell me what to do, actually.
Right. And she was like, "No, you have to." I was like, "I don't have to do anything. If this is my one time to be a selfish mom, but by
Yes.
golly, I'm gonna be a selfish mom."
Exactly.
Period.
So then I went into the room and they confirmed
Mhm.
I was actually pregnant. You know, because
That's so crazy. You had this
Yeah.
conversation before you even
Yes.
knew that you were pregnant.
yes,
Wow.
before I had like the pee on the stick thing,
Bitch, mind your business
Dang.
about my boobs, okay?
Yeah, we ain't even there yet.
and the doctor asked me, and I said, "Oh, not like." I meant like 8 weeks. Like we got a long
Yeah.
way, and no, I'm
Yeah.
not doing it. And she was like, "Well, we'll talk about." it. I was like, "No, we won't."
This is not your conversation to have.
No.
So then finally she realized like I'm not doing it. And then I went to labor and delivery and they're like, "So when you have the baby, you're gonna latch and
Yep.
whatever." And I was like, "No, we're not gonna latch and do whatever because I'm not feeding. I'm not breastfeeding." She's like, "Oh, you gotta get that colostrum." And I was like, "I don't have to do anything."
Yeah.
So I never did. We never even
Yeah.
tried.
Wow. Good for you, though.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
good for you for standing your ground
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I was so young and
Oh,
they
I
kept
bet.
pushing me.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 19 when I had
Oh my
Carter.
god, when I was
Yeah.
19, thank God I didn't have babies then.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. Okay. But I swear, every 30 minutes would come in. I'm trying to sleep. The baby's sleeping. Okay, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up the baby. Let's get you latched.
Oh,
I don't want to
No.
do that.
Mm-mm.
And I think the nurses really pushed me away from breastfeeding
bet so.
because I was so just pissed off and
Yeah.
tired and
Exactly.
like stop trying to wake me up.
out.
Yes.
Exactly.
Out.
Yes, I was done.
I will give you one piece of advice. Not that you guys are ever gonna have kids, but anybody listening might have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Right before shift change, take like 75% of your diapers, and if you're bottle feeding those
Oh,
little
yes.
bottles, and put them in your bag.
Yes.
Agreed.
And then tell the new nurse you need new ones. Because
Yep.
someone told me to do that. And I was
100%.
like, "You're stupid. What are
No.
you talking about?" And then I had her, and I
Yep.
was like, "Taylor, get those in the bag." He's like, "That is stealing." I'm like,
No,
"We
No,
don't
it's not.
No,
I'm
it's
paying to
not.
be here.
They scan everything they bring into that room.
Mhm.
And then, but you don't get charged like versus 5 bottles and 10 bottles. You're not getting charged a difference in your
Oh, I have no idea about
hospital
that.
stay. I mean, if you are, then I paid nothing for bottles. So
but-
you know those little shot bottle? They're
Oh,
like
yeah. The little
they're ready
Yeah.
to feed.
Yeah.
The what?
Huh?
They're like ready to feed. It's just like a
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
Those things. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
put them in the bag.
We had a really nice
I
nurse
couldn't
at
get
the
out
end,
of bed, so
and
I'm
she
like,
was bringing me bottles whenever we left.
oh
I had a
really?
sweet nurse. Yeah.
Aw, what was her name? Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Jace's nurse.
Exactly. She also took our picture of me and Jace together whenever the ex was going to get the truck.
Is that the picture? I couldn't get
Yeah.
the TikTok to play, but there was a picture
Yeah.
of you holding Jace.
Him in his
Aww.
little car seat.
What a great photo.
Oh, that's cute.
It's the best one yet because it's you and Jace.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Only. It's a great photo.
And it really is.
I think that I have photos like that. Although I will say, when I had Bradley, maybe it was Logan, I had really bad swelling
Oh, did you?
Oh.
where like my feet looked like cinder blocks
Uh-huh.
and they were like,
Yeah.
you gotta get up and
Oh,
walk.
Yeah, because you had to get that
I was
stuff
like, I
moving.
gotta walk.
Well, my feet were swollen before I had Carter.
See, mine never did. Oh, wait, no, I did. Because I worked on Friday and then I got induced on Sunday.
You were still working?
Oh, yeah.
At like 4 months, I was like, I'm done.
What?
I'm out. Okay, I'm tired.
Hilarious.
You didn't work past like 4 months?
Mm-mm. 4 or 5 months, yeah. And
I'm
Colin,
the bougie one?
he wanted me to stay home.
That's funny.
When you didn't even have a kid yet?
I know, looking back, it was really dumb.
But hey,
You don't even have a kid yet.
I was chilling. Chilling, just cooking a baby, okay?
Oh. The last 2 weeks I dropped from, because I worked 10-hour shifts. And so
Oh my
the
god.
last 2 weeks I switched to 8s. Like I did 4
You
8s.
just took
I did 4 8s instead of 4 10s.
Oh,
Because
wow.
I waddled down that hospital hallway from the main to the ER.
Were people
I took
asking you
call
when this
until
baby's
the
happened?
end.
Did people ask you that? Like
I don't
annoy
really
you?
remember.
I remember people kept asking when I was going to have my kid, and I'm like, I still
Mhm.
got like 2 months, thanks.
At the
Yeah,
hospital,
thank
at
you
the
for making me
hospital,
feel
we
good.
all just kind of we don't talk to each other. You have to talk to too many people.
What about stretch marks? Did you guys get stretch marks when
yeah.
you were pregnant? I didn't have stretch marks until after I gave birth.
Really?
I was so mad because
It's
my belly
you were
was so
pushing all
smooth.
that poop out.
I know, right?
It was all.
My belly was so smooth and like beautiful when I was
Aw.
pregnant, and then I like woke up from my C-section and I was like, motherfucker!
Oh, no.
I thought I was out of that, like I didn't think I was gonna have
Maybe
stretch
when they
marks.
pulled him out, they were like,
They stretched me.
too pretty of a stomach. We're gonna give this a little
You're
1,
such
2.
a good stomach.
That's hilarious.
Really?
Yes.
I had like 2 with Bradley, but then Logan, it was.
See, my weight has fluctuated so much in my life. I
Same.
think I already had some.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know that he caused some more, but
Yeah.
I already had some. Because I've gained 100 pounds since high school. And I mean, I've gained
Me
and
too.
lost and gained and lost.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day I was getting in the shower and I walked past the mirror and I was like, because I couldn't see under my belly, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I was like, Taylor, what's happening down there? Like below my belly button. And he's like, what? And I was like, what is that? There's something down there. He's like, it's a stretch mark. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh.
Tiger stripe.
Tiger
Oh,
stripe,
it's
yeah.
tiger stripes.
And then my brother one day, he was, because I was complaining I had to get maternity pants like really fast. And so my brother was up on our roof doing something. And he said, did you ever think the reason you have to have maternity pants is that you're eating a bag of chocolate covered peanuts? I was like,
He did not.
you want to slide off that roof right now?
Because I'll kick you right off.
Literally.
Logan, I had like a bunch of stretch marks. And Taylor's like, you are eating a lot of Oreos. I was like, and Logan sure loves her Oreos.
My thing was chocolate frosties from Wendy's.
Ugh,
Oh.
I don't like those on a regular day.
What?
That's weird. That's weird.
Which one?
Yeah. Well, that.
Oh,
But not
yeah.
liking Frosties. I couldn't eat. I lost weight my whole pregnancy until the end.
No way.
I threw up every day.
Yeah.
How
Me a
long?
gremlin. 32 weeks. And I couldn't eat. Like, everything, like, I was nauseous. I could eat peanut butter sandwiches and gummies. Like, gummy candies.
I was gonna say, what kind of gummies?
No. Yeah. But literally, I couldn't until I was on Zofran, and then that never worked for me because I would go to CrossFit at night and I would dry heave while I was there because I was so nauseous, and CrossFit did
And you were
air
pregnant.
conditioning. Yeah. And so,
Oh my
I was
god.
pregnant like in the fall.
yeah. But I mean, it was
When it
some
was
of
starting.
yeah.
So like you're
Yeah.
already sick and it's
Yeah.
warm and you're
Yeah.
lifting weights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And so
And
they
here's
finally-
Bree sitting on the couch
Yeah.
eating bonbons.
Laying on my bed.
I
Thank
worked
you.
a 10-hour shift and then went to do CrossFit.
Us moms are so different.
And Bree was
Gosh, I was sick. I lost weight. They were like really, I don't want to say concerned because I didn't lose that much weight, but
you lost it because Jace consumed it, being
I mean-
an almost 9-pound baby.
but at the end is when like those last I made up for it those last 8 weeks. Let me tell you,
When you finally could eat again.
because they gave me you're not allowed to take this medication anymore. It's for like cancer patients. It's a nausea medicine.
No
And
way.
they won't give it to pregnant women anymore.
Amazing
Oh.
how much has changed in literally
But
a
it
decade.
saved,
Yeah.
it saved my life because I was like literally. I remember one time I would have to keep things in my car because I was gonna
To
puke.
puking.
And I would puke so hard I would like see black. Like, I mean, it was rough.
Oh.
So anyone that's listening to this episode that thinks they want to have children,
Yeah.
You don't.
you've made it this far.
I mean,
So
literally, there's a picture. So I know we're just gonna wrap this one up, but
you're gonna have stars.
I broke my wrist when I
Or
was
you
6
can lay
weeks pregnant at CrossFit. And
Stop going to CrossFit. You're pregnant.
Weeks?
I was 6 weeks
Okay,
pregnant.
how far along were you when you stopped CrossFit?
Oh,
She's like, what do you mean?
like a couple weeks.
Oh
I did
my
CrossFit the whole time.
So literally, like, okay, 40 minus 6 would be 34. So for like 30 weeks.
Oh, I was there the first 6 weeks too.
Oh, but you broke
Oh.
your wrist.
So I broke my wrist, but we just made like
Modified.
yeah. I still
no
did it. I still
fucking
went.
way.
How'd you break it?
I was cleaning like 150 pounds, and I caught it wrong.
What did you call it?
Clean? You do a clean?
Oh, like the flip of the wrist.
Are you
Yeah.
saying CLEAN?
Yeah, that's what you call them.
Okay, I thought you were saying you were cleaning at CrossFit like this.
Oh,
That's
no,
what I
no,
thought at first too.
No, I was
You were
literally
disinfecting the bar
oh
and
my
you
gosh,
fell?
that's hilarious. No, I was lifting it and I caught it wrong, and like I heard a pop, and like the coach was like this really young kid, and he was like, "What was that?" And I was like, "I think it was my wrist,"
Oh.
and he was like, oh. And so I'm like, "Okay." I'm just walking around like, "Oh my gosh." He's like, "We don't have any ice. All we have is beer." So here I am, 6
At a
weeks
CrossFit
pregnant, holding a beer against my wrist, and I had to work that night. So with a broken wrist, I went to work, and
I'm sleeping.
one of the radiologists ordered me an X-ray, and I went over When I went back to work, what I did is they would have a student come in to type for me. Because I scanned with the right hand and I typed with my left, and this is the one I broke. But I couldn't take Tylenol. I couldn't take like pain meds with my broken wrist. You can only take Tylenol when you're pregnant. So there's pictures that they have of me with my wrist all, and I have like ice packs on my head trying to sleep because I'm nauseous from my wrist breaking, puking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
At what point were you like, this is enough?
Maybe I should just take a break.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't work like that.
Oh my god.
I did the whole
Bree
time.
was like, yeah, I'll lay on the couch.
Yeah.
I deserve a break. I'm making a baby.
4 months pregnant.
That is Helen didn't raise you. Is all I'm gonna say.
I got a little stuffed animal in my belly.
Okay, well, I didn't just say, okay, I'm just gonna quit my job. Like my boss was like making me lift things that I couldn't lift. He knew I was pregnant. I was like, I can't lift that, and he had just had a pregnant wife, so like he
Was
knew.
it at the popcorn place?
It was at the popcorn place.
How are you lifting stuff too heavy?
I was like the assistant manager, so I was like doing like all the inventory and like opening all the like the truck stuff and everything. And I'd be like, hey, I can't lift this, and he'd be like, yes, you can, and you will. And then I was like, can I at least get a raise? And he was like, here's a quarter. And I was like, well, this is a popcorn place. I can't really expect much out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna quit.
I'm gonna quit.
Just dip
Step
off.
out.
I got me a sugar daddy. He's gonna take care of me. I'm gonna sit on the couch.
He was
He
also
becomes
working at the
assistant manager.
No, he quit. He quit too later.
Before your pregnancy was done?
Yes, but also he had another job, and yeah. So
I thought you were gonna say another lady. The way that was going, I was like,
I was just the side piece.
Yeah,
The pregnant side piece
he made enough money that he had.
at the popcorn place.
he had popcorn. Okay.
See, when I was pregnant, my boss, I told him I was pregnant, and they said, "Are you going to come back?" And because I was working in an office that I was the only female on staff on payroll, and shout out to all those stupid misogynistic businesses.
I can only imagine.
And I told them, and they said, "Are you coming back after you have the baby?" I said, "I'm 12 weeks pregnant. I can't make that decision. I'm not Brie. I can't make that decision right now. Can we wait? Can we let me see like if this is going to actually be a pregnancy and stuff?" Like,
Right.
And I will never forget. It was like a week or two into that timeline, and this guy walks in with a sports coat on and red slacks, and I was like, where I worked, if you were wearing that, you were like way out of place. And I was like, what is happening? So I asked my boss, he comes out of the office, I said, who was that? He's like, don't worry about it. I said, who was that person? He's like, don't worry about it. And I said, okay. And then literally it was a week later, they said, hey, this is Red Pants, and he's your replacement.
Oh.
Wow. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they replaced me. I had to train him.
Oh.
And then I trained him because my position was very intense and a lot of inventory of a multi-million-dollar company that I was at, and HR stuff and all the things.
Oh my god!
Running their other business they had, and then they bought a third business. So like I was doing all of the stuff.
Yeah. So
I had to train him, and then he learned really, really fast. And so I was like 4 weeks from having her, or 4 months from having her. I mean, literally, this was like and they were like, well, we can't let you go now because it looked like we fired you because you're pregnant. So they moved me to the other business, and I had to train someone for their new role.
Oh my god!
And like 3 weeks before I was due, she was fully trained. There was nothing more for me to do. So they paid me to drive to North Springfield and sit and do whatever I wanted.
Come on, North Springfield.
I could come and go as I wanted. I could do whatever I wanted. They paid me $5 an hour extra.
Oh my gosh!
No way. Basically, so they
crazy.
didn't have to fire you and it be illegal.
Yep.
Wow.
And I remember the night that I started having contractions, I text them and I was like, hey, I just don't think I'm going to make it in tomorrow. And they're like, all right, sounds good.
Good.
And that was how we parted ways.
Oh my gosh, that's insanity.
Crazy.
Never spoke again.
Yeah.
Actually, we have. They tried to get me to come back.
Oh my god.
Red Pants didn't work out.
No, he's still there.
Oh,
they wanted me to come back and be his assistant.
Oh my gosh.
I hate men. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to come in and help him with his workload because it was too much for just him.
Oh my gosh. Even though you did it yourself.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Anyway.
And you trained him.
Yes.
Mm.
And that is episode 3.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it up there. Because Caleb's having a hot flash. So
And this is Moms with Nothing to Talk About. Sponsored by Cup of Joe in Dixon, Missouri.